Behold, it's me, the CEO of SEO, the resident PGS Transformers expert as proclaimed by Robert Meyer Burnett, or as most people know me, Kingtanic. Hello and welcome to all of my fellow weebs, otakus, imagination connoisseurs, and to all of the members of the Post-Geek Singularity to another episode of the Otaku Experience, the non-anime news show where we talk about the current goings-on in the anime and manga industry and everything else related to Japan with our very uneducated opinions. Special thanks to Robert Meyer Burnett, all the great folks at the Burnett Network, and of course you, our viewers, for making the show possible. Before we get started, though, I must express some gratitude to Rob. So, Rob has been fantastic to me over the past, gosh, how long has it been? It's been almost a year. It's been almost 11 months since him and I have met, I think. It might already be 11 months. Anyways, it's getting close to a year. And Rob has been nothing but fantastic to me. And I love where our relationship has gone in such a short time, and I look forward to continuing to working with him. But first, Robert, if you're watching this, thank you. I saw what you did on the Christian Harloff podcast. I watched Christian Harloff as well, and I saw that Rob was on there on one of the latest episodes. So I pressed play, and within like a few minutes in, Rob was talking about, the new changes to the channel. And he brought up me and the Otaku Experience. And I don't know, it's just, and I know, maybe people are thinking, oh, Israel, duh, like, of course, you're part of the channel. He's going to promote the channel. This is how he gets people to watch things. I get it, but at the same time, I'm just kind of like, man, like a year ago, this would all seem so like unimaginable to me that I'd be working with one of my favorite people in the movie YouTube space, and that he would give me a platform to talk about the things that I love, and then he would go sharing that with other people. I don't know. It's just, I don't know. It was really nice. It was really great. It made me smile for no reason when I was at work. So thank you, Rob. Once again, the boss man. No, Rob did not tell me to say this. Rob, can you give me that 200 you owe me now? No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. It's a joke. Okay. Anyways, so getting into this episode of the Otaku Experience. First things first. Police arrest a Japanese YouTuber for uploading gameplay and anime footage. Okay, footage from Steins Gate, My Darling's Embrace Game, Steins Gate, and Spy X Family anime allegedly posted. And then it says, Miyagi Prefectural Police, as well as police from the Miyagi town of Minami-Sanriku, arrested a 52-year-old man and YouTuber in Nagoya City on Wednesday on suspicious of violating the Copyright Act by allegedly uploading gameplay footage of visual novels as well as footage of anime. The Content Overseas Distribution Association, or CODA, noted in its own announcement of the arrest that this is the first arrest Japan made over an upload or a stream of game footage, and they've blurred out a lot of the stuff here, and so we can't use that. According to the police, the suspect uploaded footage of Nitro Plus Steins Gate, My Darling's Embrace Game, earning money from the video game's ad monetization. The suspect reportedly also edited and uploaded footage from Steins Gate and Spy X Family anime with subtitles and narration. According to Kadokawa, the rights holder for Steins Gate, among others, the suspect has been uploading footage of other anime since 2019. The video that allegedly violated Nitro Plus and Kadokawa's guidelines is reportedly an almost hour-long Jikyo play, somewhat analogous to Let's Play videos in the English-speaking sphere video. And then it keeps going on about different copyright thing, about different companies, and kind of, I guess, the update on what the copyright is like over there. And so for those of you guys who are only in America and only look at those types of things, this might seem very, very strange. But in reality, this is something that happens a lot. This is, okay, arresting someone is not something that happens a lot. But this type of stringent uploading of content is something very strong in Japan. They don't have any terms of fair use. I'm not necessarily saying that this falls under fair use, but I'm saying that Japan basically has no fair use laws on this. The laws are that you can't do anything with it, which is why if you have an anituber in Japan, usually they have a deal with someone. So like Giguk, the biggest anime YouTuber there is, lives in Japan, but he has he has like a contract with a company that allows him to do that without getting in trouble. Whereas if you're just a Japanese citizen who doesn't have that type of contract and doesn't have all of the support and the lawyers and things like that Garnt has access to, this is something that is not going to be a common response, but this is a possible response where you cannot, and we're talking about like with Giga's videos versus this guy's videos. This guy's videos was just straight up re-uploading footage and content from copyrighted stuff, which even in America, that content you can get striked for, that content you get claimed for if you're not under the fair use laws of reacting to it or giving a commentary, things like that. Whereas in Japan, regardless, even if you're giving a commentary, even if I made the videos that I make on my main channel, I wouldn't be able to show any footage if I were in Japan. I would just be able to talk about it. And I've heard that even describing the plots and things like that can also get you in trouble. Some people have gotten in trouble for doing that in Japan as well. And so, whereas with Giguk's video, if I can finish my point real quick, with Giguk's videos, those are edited. The clips are out of context. There's no audio. There's usually no subtitles, and it's his commentary over it, explaining his opinion on the anime. Whereas this guy was just straight up re-uploading stuff. And so for us, while it might seem like a very harsh, like, why don't you just strike him, take down his channel, and make him pay a fine, and that be that? But in Japan, it doesn't really work like that. And so I think that the way that this headline is being portrayed is just made to catch the eyes of non-Eastern readers like you and I, it's made to not catch. No, it is made to catch our eye. Sorry. What am I saying? I think I mixed up Eastern and Western, and then my brain got it wrong. This is made to catch the Eastern reader's eyes, or the Western reader's eyes, the non-Eastern reader's eyes, to kind of talk about this and bring this up, which is why I'm not necessarily surprised. When I first read the headline, I was like, oh my gosh, really? But then I was like, oh yeah, this is kind of how that stuff kind of plays out. Okay, so we've been talking a lot about Lonely Castle in the Mirror coming out, and as well as Psycho Pass Providence and other anime films like First Slam Dunk and other anime films like that have been doing very well in Japan that we're looking forward to coming in America. Well, we now have the release date, the American release date for Lonely Castle in the Mirror. So it says Lonely Castle in the Mirror anime film will screen in North America on June 21st and 22nd. And this is, I believe, part of, what is it? No. One of these is opening at Anime Expo. I think I'm mixing this one up. G-Kids announced on Thursday that it will screen the anime film in select theaters on North America June 21st, 22nd only. The company will screen the film in Japanese with English subtitles and an English dub. Okay, so this is not the one that's premiering at Anime Expo. This is just going to be in theaters for only 2 days. So if you're as excited as I am about this film, because it sounds like it's been doing great, it seems like the stuff it's been based on has had really good reviews, and the reaction to the film has been very good as well. That I'm just looking forward to see it. I think the animation looks really nice, and I'm looking forward to seeing this story play out. And so the fact that it's only going to be in theaters for 2 days is kind of sad, because I feel like they're almost dooming it with that type of release and not giving it a real release for more people to see it. Like, let word of mouth spread. Come on. But I don't know. For us, it looks like we have 2 days to go see it. And so what days are the 21st and 22nd of June? Because sometimes they'll release these things on like a Monday or something. Oh, this is a Wednesday and a Thursday. Oh my gosh. They're not even doing it for the weekend. Okay, this is a Wednesday and a Thursday. So yeah, Godspeed, pilgrims. Good luck finding... So hopefully it's not like a super limited release. Hopefully, if it's only going to be in theaters for 2 days, please have a wide release where everybody can have a chance to at least see it. And so I hope that all of you guys do get a chance to see it when that comes out, and I look forward to talking about it when it does. As well as Crunchyroll is bringing Psycho Pass Providence to anime films in theaters this summer. And so this film is coming on July 14th. So a little bit more than a week, or just about a week before Lonely Castle in the Mirror. So it looks like we're going to have 2 solid weeks of anime films coming out, which is going to be really fun. And so it says North America on July 14th with special advanced screenings on July 11th and 13th. So you can even see it before the 14th if you'd like. The film also released this summer in Australia, yada, yada, yada. And then there's the plot synopsis down there as well. Now, as we've talked about before, I am not someone who's super caught up with the Psycho-Pass stuff. The franchise has just been super long. They had 5 seasons and then 3 movies. It's really hard to catch up, especially when it's that soon. But maybe I'll start the first season and I'll be hooked and binge everything up to that. Or maybe the films are kind of like with the Evangelion films, where they're maybe like a retelling of the story. I need to look more into that. But I would like to see the movie, because from what I've been hearing, it seems like it's been pretty solid as well. Okay. This one's not that. This is not a very good story. Okay. So, Shonen Jump and Shonen Jump Plus editors have co-created an AI manga writing tool. Okay. 2 editors from Shonen Jump have decided to co-create a tool that will use AI to generate ideas and names and shorten dialogue. Why? Sorry, let's read the article. Manga writing has become the next topic to be subjected to AI, as reported by Anime News Network. Yuta Momiyama, who manages weekly Shonen Jump, and Manga Plus, and Shuhei Hosono, Shonen Jump Plus's editor-in-chief, have co-developed an AI tool called Comic Copilot with the representation director of the tech company Alu, which deals with AI and NFT projects. Wait, okay, so AI is bad enough, but now you want to try to bring back NFTs too? Wasn't this like a failed thing? Didn't we try this and it didn't work? No one did it except like Brie Larson on Twitter. Don't block me on Twitter, Brie. Don't be. Come on. Okay. I'm a fan, Brie. Just okay. Comic Copilot uses ChatGPT, which allows users to have human-like conversations with a chatbot and Japanese interface. Intended to help shorten the time that creators have to take to write, Comic Copilot can trim dialogue to fit into speech bubbles, which takes up the most time, as writers often go through multiple rounds of editing to ensure it's succinct and that they have conveyed their intention. Now, I know what you guys might be thinking. Okay, hey, that's not too bad. Hey. They're just going to use it to not write the story, but to shorten the story and make it all killer, no filler, and to fit in those speech bubbles. To which I would say, you disgust me. No, but in reality, as someone who writes, as someone who considers himself a storyteller, as a director, this type of stuff, it just does not sit right with me. And maybe if I was in the room with them and I was trying it out myself, that I might end up liking it. But just hearing about it, I feel like you're losing the artistic vision of something. And maybe they're not saying it, but maybe they can, after it's succinct, they can go in and punch it back up and add some more stuff. Cause I have Grammarly. That's how I write my notes for my videos. Back when we did the Otaku Experience, that way, that's how I would use, I would write that down, and then Grammarly would be like, hey, do you want to shorten it to this? And sometimes I would use that. But what I would often find is that it just made things grammatically correct. But in doing so, it sounds like a robot. It doesn't sound like a person, because humans, I say things, well, I'm not the most grammatically correct person, but I talk and I hopefully make sense, but it's not necessarily the most succinct way I could say things all the time because I'm thinking off the dome. It's kind of like that when you're writing a character. If you don't know when you're writing a character, because I've written 2 plays and I'm currently writing a film and a book. Okay, but I guess you guys are the first to know about the book I'm writing. But that's all I'm going to say. When you're writing a character, you have to try to get inside that character's head. So yes, you want to keep it short and succinct so the plot's moving forward and so you're not boring the audience with a bunch of just nothing burger conversations. But you want to have personality still. And that's, I think, what scares me the most. But I haven't read this yet. Maybe they bring that up. Let's keep going, because this would this would scare me. Comic Copilot has additional functions. Besides helping with time-consuming tasks, the AI tool can act as a consultant, evaluate the creator's work, and offer feedback from virtual readers. Comic Copilot can also assist with brainstorming ideas, including proposing titles and names for characters and special moves, and helping the creator think of a theme together. On the website, Kinsu notes that he has heard of the fears of creators that AI may steal jobs, but he believes AI may actually expand creativity. Hosono wrote that he thought the benefit of AI is that it assists human thinking, which will be helpful in the manga creation. The thing is, it will assist human creativity until it can create for its own. That's how it goes. And then eventually, and we've seen it things with like ChatGPT, and especially in America, where we've seen it being proposed that there's an idea that, hey, maybe we could just have AI write the scripts. Maybe. Rob's always going on Robservations. I don't know if I would go as far as he would, but I understand what he's talking about, how maybe in a few years we have people writing their own Star Wars movies, and with ChatGPT, they're like, "Hey, here's a plot. Go write me a Star Wars movie about this character." And then, especially with how what is the AI tool that creates the pictures? You know what I'm talking about. Anyways, but then with that, and with video and audio and things like that, and as it gets more and more advanced, that then you could ultimately be watching that movie. And so this is what this is sounding like. This sounds like the beginning of that road, which is not very exciting for me. Okay. Aside from AI stealing jobs from human creators, rendering them obsolete, the other concern is that AI steals work from creators themselves. Regarding this, the FAQ on the Comic Copilot website has outright stated the tool generates content that may have been pulled from any existing manga. Users are consequently responsible for checking if AI-generated content infringes on the intellectual property. I don't like it. This doesn't sit right with me. We've been talking about this for weeks. You guys know that. No. I mean, we've seen, and they even bring it up down here at the bottom of the article, Cyberpunk Peach John, about how that a lot of fans, I personally didn't see it, but a lot of fans thought that it looked very similar to Tokyo Ghoul. And it was so many that, it kind of became the consensus that, someone said, hey, do this in the art style of this. And then they can just do that. Whereas if you have a real artist, it would take talent and skill and time to do that. Whereas the AI with a prompt can just whip something up in that art style. And then suddenly it might look right, but it has no care and love and compassion into it. It doesn't have that work into it. Sure, it may be cheaper, it may be faster, but it doesn't have that personal touch. And as well as that can eventually take away someone's job. And that can take away those creative jobs. And if we start with the artists and then we move to the writing, then we get to, performances. And we've already seen that in Hollywood, like with the voice of Darth Vader or what they're doing with Luke Skywalker. Or what, as a Transformers fan, what they will probably end up doing with Optimus Prime, with Peter Cullen's voice, where we'll have these AI voices and sometimes even AI recreations of people. And I'm assuming eventually the AI will be able to just create. It already can. I don't know if it can do it like in video though, of like photorealistic but made up people. AI made up people to do that. And then you can just have AI play all the characters, and then it'll do the writing for you, and then it'll do all the art and everything like that. It's scary. And it's the end times, everybody. Okay. So as everyone knows, Chainsaw Man was probably the biggest anime of, I would say, the past since Demon Slayer, I would say. And I think there are other things that can be thrown in that conversation, like Jujutsu Kaisen or Attack on Titan came out before, but it's really everything MAPPA. But I think, especially last year, I think no one can contest that Chainsaw Man was the most popular anime of that year. And so now it's coming out that Chainsaw Man may have fallen short of the studio's expectations while still being the most popular anime of that year, being the most watched, the most marketed, took over Twitter every time an episode would come out or even a piece of marketing. Crazy stuff, crazy interaction that anime usually doesn't get, like on par with like a Marvel film or things like that. Something that just has that grip over the pop culture fandom. And so it says down here, Manabu Otsuka, the CEO of Studio MAPPA, claims that Chainsaw Man was not the success the company hoped for. A report on Sportskeeda outlined Otsuka's assessment of the Chainsaw Man anime's performance, expressing that he had hoped for more. The CEO stated that while the series was a financial success, it did not sell as many DVD and Blu-ray copies as he expected, with most of the views coming from its TV distribution. I wish I could have reached more audiences who pay for the package. In addition, he claimed that he didn't think it had the same impact as Jujutsu Kaisen. Okay, so as someone, and the way we've been doing the Otaku Experience for the past few weeks is I kind of have a general idea of what's going on, but not like the details like right now where I'm reading it live because I think it'll be a more fun commentary. Now that I read this, okay, dude's a buffoon. All right, that's all. Hey, okay. I think I get what he's trying to say. You know, in anime's past, we had, you're not a buffoon, bro. Okay, I jest. It's a joke. Okay. Had to get that out of the way. But Chainsaw Man was a phenomenon, the likes of which I don't think we'll see until Oshinoko has probably been the closest thing since. I think Jujutsu Kaisen may top that, or something next year. But I don't think anything will match Chainsaw Man's hype for a while. Maybe even until Chainsaw Man Season 2 or until Attack on Titan ends. Chainsaw Man was a phenomenon. There's no way in hell, bro, that you think this was not as successful as you hoped for. Maybe in terms of certain demographics, like he was saying, yeah, we thought that more people would buy the physical package. But we've seen this happening in Hollywood, and it's going to happen in every single market. Physical media is dying. And don't tell Rob that. He'll be very sad, but it's true. Physical media is dying. People are moving to digital media. Why would people pay for the physical package of something when, as long as they have a Crunchyroll account, it's right there, and it's not going to go anywhere until another licensor buys the rights and it goes over there, in which case they'll just make another account to something. Why is someone going to, unless you're like a hardcore collector, in which case those people will always buy those until they're just not available anymore. But I'm talking about the average fan, when before there was a reason to buy those things. It was like, not to say there's not anymore, but there was a huge reason to. It was like, okay, you watch this on TV, and now I want the package so I can watch it whenever I want it to. Before Avatar: The Last Airbender went to Netflix, I bought the Blu-ray, and I have it back there, and Legend of Korra somewhere. They're back there. I have those on Blu-ray, and I have them now whenever I want to watch them. But that was because there was no place to watch them on streaming without paying, ridiculous prices for the episodes. With Crunchyroll, you're paying a flat rate every month. Okay, here, depending on your membership, I have the highest membership there. So for me, it's about $15 a month. I have access to thousands of anime. Why would I ever go and buy the physical? I love Sword Art Online. Sword Art Online is my favorite anime. I don't think I'll ever buy the physical Blu-ray packaging of the anime. And that's not because I'm not a fan, but that's because I have access to it already. And also, anime Blu-rays are really expensive. And I get it. There's a lot of stuff and a lot of content on there, but dude, you can't be selling me a Blu-ray package for one season of One Direct Priority for $50. Okay? And I was going to buy that because I was like, oh, I loved Wonder Egg. It was my anime of the year in 2021. But you can't try to sell it to me for that much money and expect me to be like, yeah, I'll do that, when I can watch it on Crunchyroll whenever I please. It's not going to be the same. All we're going to see is those sales continually drop. And I don't think you can just say the anime is a failure like that. How much money did the anime bring back in? How many people subscribe to Crunchyroll just to watch your show? What was the interaction like? You know, these things that, like, I compared to what? Compared to, are we comparing this to like Jujutsu Kaisen numbers? Are we comparing this to what your just predictions going into it was, if everything was going to be the same as normal? Or were you not figuring in the declining rates of physical media sales? I don't think that, I get what he's trying to say. I just strongly disagree. I don't think that that Chainsaw Man is in any way not as successful as it should have been. This thing is too successful, bro. It was a phenomenon. Okay. Now, talking about something that's not successful, and that's this terrible decision that Disney's made. So apparently, Disney has a completed Alien vs. Predator anime that it's not releasing. So apparently, as soon as Disney acquired Fox, they acquired everything underneath the Fox umbrella, right? Films that had yet to be released, films that were in production, the rights to certain things and things like that. One of those things was an Alien versus Predator anime that was chilling. It was just chilling, waiting to be released. And Disney got it, and they're like, you know what? We ain't gonna release it. And everybody was talking about this on Twitter. I read about this, and I was like, why haven't they released this, bro? Like, unless it's like really bad. Maybe they watched it and they were like, we can't do this. It will damage the brand. But if that's not the case, then release it, bro. Anyways, that's my piece. Okay. According to former 20th Century Fox licensing director Joshua Izzo, the Walt Disney Company has been sitting on a fully completed Alien vs. Predator anime since its acquisition of 20th Century Fox in 2019. Last month, Izzo appeared on Perfect Organism podcast for Alien Day, which he founded in 2016. There is sitting at Disney now at 20th Studios 10 episodes of a fully completed Alien vs. Predator anime series that I produced. He said, "It's done. It's in the can. It's mixed. It's finished. It was produced and a story cracked by Eric Calderon and Dave Baker, two unbelievably crazy talented guys. Apparently, the anime is set sometime after the events of Alien vs. Predator 2004 and Alien Resurrection in 1997. Izzo, who worked at Fox prior to the Disney buyout, originally pitched the project as an animated series. I said, hey, listen, I want to pitch this idea of a direct-to-DVD Alien or Alien vs. Predator and or Predator animation that we, the consumers products division, can sell against," he explained. "Let us be the masters of our own destiny rather than waiting for theatrical whenever a movie decides to come out," Izzo explained. At the time, Fox had yet to announce 2018's The Predator, while 2019's Alien Covenant was only just starting development. After getting the go-ahead from Godsick, Izzo presented storyboards and an idea for the series to 20th Century Fox Home Entertainment. The project morphed into an anime when an unnamed director who was brought on board presented an all-new story for the series. According to Izzo, said director previously worked on Halo Legends and Harlock Space Pirate. With that in mind, unconfirmed rumors suggest that the director was none other than Blade Runner Black Lotus's Shinji Aramaki. The plan was for the 10-episode Alien vs. Predator anime to air on television in Japan and be released across 3 DVDs in Western markets. Okay. Disney, release this. Unless it's like the worst thing ever that will damage the brand. We don't know. And I think that's probably the reason. Okay, I'll be honest. I think that is probably the reason why they're sitting on it. And maybe there's some other reason that I'm just not taking into account. But to me, this reads as though, while everything here sounds good and sounds awesome, and I would love to watch this show, everything in here sounds like maybe everything went too good, that now maybe the only possibility is that when Disney acquired Fox, they saw it and they were like, we can't release that. That would be my only thought. Maybe with enough outrage, we can force them to release it, and maybe we will then regret forcing them to release it. But I don't know. I really want to see this. Dude, could you imagine? Like, okay, so we had Star Wars Visions in anime. It was awesome. Dude, could you imagine an Alien versus Predator anime? Dude, could you imagine the fights? Cinema, bro. Can we? Oh my gosh. Disney. You know it must be done. Oh, here's an article that says that what I was saying, that it was a So what is going on over here? Anyways, that says it was a success. So I guess maybe he said both, that, yeah, it was a success, but like a financial success, but it didn't do as well in the physical media production as we thought it would, in which case that's a fair take. But I think that other one probably just made it seem like just tried to make it seem that way. Okay, so over the weekend, MAPPA Stage 2023 happened. This is basically like their version of Comic-Con, or like DC Fandom, or D23, whatever, however you want to say it. So this is completely a MAPPA thing. So there are no other studios here. There's no Kyoto Animation. There's no WIT. There's no Ufotable. Nothing. It's just MAPPA. And there were quite a few announcements. So I guess they'll just break them all down for us. Okay, so starting with Hell's Paradise, which is an anime currently airing right now, and it's really good. It was my anime of the season for a bit, but I think it's now, for the first time, Oshinoko. Oshinoko has been fantastic these past two episodes. Not two episodes, these past few episodes. I binged about episodes 4 through 6 the other day, and it's been fantastic. So, anyways. Although many fans speculated about Hell's Paradise announcements at the MAPPA Stage 2023, the panel went very uneventfully. Yumiri Hanamori, Rohei Kimura, Ri Takahashi, and Shikihiro Kobayashi attended. That's it? There was no Season 2 announcement? Then why even have the panel? Why even do the panel if there's like no announcement? Like, hey, we're going to do a movie. Hey, we're going to do a Season 2. Or we're going to debut the latest episode for you guys before anyone else sees. Something like that. What, you're telling me they just showed up and did a little Q&A? I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, but this is MAPPA Stage. Like, I would almost rather no one showed up. Or I would almost rather there be no event for that. Okay. Anyways. Camping, cooking in another world was my absurd skill. Also went without major announcements. However, fans were able to witness Yuma Uchida's cooking skills. He prepared beef stew with wyvern meat from the anime live during the event. Satoshi Hina Kino, and Maya Uchida also attended and got to taste the stew alongside the presenter, Seisuro Mukai. And there he is. They're cooking the thing. I don't watch that show, so if you do, go crazy with that. Okay. Okay, Attack on Titan. The big piece of news here. Attack on Titan fans were in for a special treat. Romi Park, Yui Ishikawa, and Yuki Kaji started off the panel with a live reading of the most impactful scenes from the previous installment of the anime. Romi Park, who voices Hange, talked about her role and even got emotional at one point. Yuichiro Hayashi, the director of Attack on Titan, the final season, also joined them. A new key visual was unveiled. Hayashi stated that it is probably the last one the anime will have. Well, thank God. It's about time we put this to bed. I love Attack on Titan, as you guys know. It's been like in my top 3 favorite anime the past like 65 years, however long this final season has been going, dear God. Okay, but they did unveil this. There we go. And I thought, it's nice. So this says Itarashai Eren. So this says what is, okay, so Itarashai, is that Okairi? Is this Itarashai? No, I think this is I'm having a whole like breakdown. No, this is what you say when someone leaves. So they're saying goodbye, Eren. Okay, like take care, Eren. This is what you say when you leave the house. I was thinking it was when you come back. No, my Japanese, I have not been studying. It's been awful. It's been horrible. Okay. But so that finally happened, and everybody's like, oh my gosh, Attack on Titan's finally saying goodbye. I was like, yeah, freaking finally. Bro, it's been, how long has this season been going? This isn't even the final season. You can't convince me anymore. Season 4, or the final season part 1 was season 4. The final season part 2 was season 5. This is Attack on Titan season 6 part 1 and 2. And they're 2 specials. They're 2 1-hour-long specials. That's it. That's it. That's it. You can't convince me. This is exhausting. I'm so tired. I'm so tired. But we'll talk more about that when the anime comes out. Then they had Vinland Saga. And they said Yuto Uemura, who plays Thorfinn, and Shunsuke Takeuchi Einar joined Shuhei Yabuta, the director, and Hiroya Hasegawa, producer, on stage. They talked about the currently airing season and the most impactful moment so far. A new trailer was also unveiled. It was accidentally posted by MAPPA's Twitter before the official announcement at MAPPA Stage 2023 area. Sorry. That was very rude of me. I apologize. Okay. I'll say this. With That's funny. I'm not caught up on Vinland Saga, so I will not watch this trailer. I have not seen this trailer, and I refuse to watch it. But yeah, I think that's funny that they accidentally released it on Twitter before they released it. That's funny. That's funny. Then they had Chainsaw Man down here. Chainsaw Man fans had high hopes for MAPPA Stage 2023. However, the second season was not announced. The main cast, Kikunosuke Toya, Denji, Shogo Sakata, Aki, and Pharaoh's Power, talked about their favorite moments from the anime. Tomori Kusunoki, who voices Makima, was also supposed to take part, but had to cancel due to health reasons. The highlight of the stage was the giant Pochita. Look at him! And yes, I heard about this. I heard a lot of people being very upset about this. If what we're hearing about what the goings on with this next season is true, to me it makes sense why they haven't announced it. If I were them, I still would have announced it, but I understand why they didn't. If you don't know what's going on, currently the behind the scenes, and these are just rumors, but they seem to be very likely rumors based on who the leakers are and things like that. It seems as though that the production of season 2 is having quite a bit of issues getting picked up, picking up its feet and getting going. The biggest piece of news would be that the director of the first season is out, and they have yet to find a new director to put that in. And that's probably the main reason why they're holding off. There's been some other things, but that's been the main reason. Everything else was kind of like they could still move forward with this, but that's been huge. I think that once they find a new director, and they might already be in negotiations or have a person in mind, but they just haven't signed with that person yet. Once that happens, I think we will see that announcement there. Or maybe I'm wrong, and maybe they're just saving that announcement for another thing. Maybe they knew that they were going to take the day because it's MAPPA Fest, like everything, or it's MAPPA Stage, but everything about them is MAPPA. And so maybe they're saving this for some other event later on in the year where they're not the singular focus, but then they can still steal the conversation because everybody's talking about Chainsaw Man season 2. Either that, or they're waiting on a new director to come in before they officially announce, so that way they can tell the audience who it is. Then there was Jujutsu Kaisen. The new trailer for Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2 came as no surprise since it was announced a few weeks ago. It still managed to impress the fans. Junya Inoki, Uma Uchida, Asami Seto, and Megumi Ogata attended the event. And yes, this trailer came out, and I believe the trailer broke a bunch of records. I think they said it was around 30 million views in one day. That's insane. That's really good for anime. That made me very, very excited. I'm not going to watch the trailer. Or no, I watched some of it. I looked at some of it. I didn't turn on the sound, or I had the subtitles off because they always do terrible with that. But I looked at the visuals, and once again, it looks very nice, like all of MAPPA things do. Then they had the Morning Children, Nagiko, and the girls wearing Tsurubami Black, which is the title of the Sunao Katabuchi's upcoming movie. Studio Contra will be animating it, and the teaser visual is now available. And it looks like this. Yeah, I don't know what to expect. They don't have a plot synopsis or anything like that. Okay, then they did Alice to Therese no Maboroshi Kojo. The long-awaited information about Mari Okada's Alice to Therese no Maboroshi Kojo movie is here. We added to the teaser trailer and visual. This movie will premiere in September 15th. Anime Corner? You wanna? I don't see a visual. Anyways, Buchigiri. So Buchigiri was the only new anime announcement at MAPPA Stage 23. Hiroko Utsumi will be directing the original anime project, which will follow the story of two friends who reunite and end up involved in a power struggle. So when I read this, I thought it said Buchigire, which is an anime that came out last year. And I was like, didn't that already come out? Are they doing another reboot of it? But no, this is a different thing, Buchigiri, and it's an anime original, which I've been very impressed by MAPPA's anime originals in the past. So I'm excited to see that. And so now that I think about it, so Alice Totori's no Mabaroshi Kojo is this. So if you guys remember, I don't know if you ever saw it on YouTube, but on YouTube, they released this years ago. I think it was back in like 2019, and it was never animated. And it's this. So this was released on the MAPPA channel. Okay, it wasn't 2019. What am I thinking? Was it 2021? Yeah, it's 2021. Okay, so this is back in 2021, and they released this, and it looks fantastic, and everybody was just waiting on it. Like, it was like they're putting so much work into it. And I think it had a series of production issues. They're also trying to animate the crap out of it. This shot has been like a huge thing for everyone. Where is the shot? This shot. This shot has been a huge thing for everybody. And so it looks like we're finally going to get this somewhat animated, which is very exciting to see. And it's a movie that's coming out on September 15th in Japan, which means that we'll probably get it. Gosh, that could be anywhere from like December to next year in March. So I honestly, I don't really know about that. Okay, that was it for MAPPA Stage 2023. We have some other news regarding, the Japanese anime industries and the entire entertainment industry over there rights. And so here we have Death Note, Trigun Stampede artists found new anime group to improve working conditions. Animators from Death Note and Trigun Stampede demand change to toxic culture of grueling work and low pay plaguing their industry. Artists behind, we already talked about that. According to an article from Anime Corner, these creatives have taken action by forming the Nippon Anime and Film Culture Association, NAFCA, an organization dedicated to tackling the issues to make a career in Japanese animation unsustainable. Come on, Israel, read. Okay. Among its founding members are Masaru Kitao, an animator and lead character designer for Death Note, and Naomichi Yamo, an animation director with numerous credits including Trigun Stampede, which looked really good, and it was a 3D animated show, which recently announced the release of a deluxe manga and fairy tale. The group held a press conference yesterday, May 19th, in which they proclaimed a need for bettering working conditions on the production side of anime and fair compensation for grueling hours of work animators are required to put in daily. And I'm assuming this is that press conference. Yeah. This will be really interesting. I doubt they have like English subtitles. If anyone knows of a version of this with English subtitles or maybe like a translation of it, I would love to see that. You can hit me up on Twitter at Kingtanic Israel and just let me know about that because that sounds really, really cool. Okay. Among the key points the group raised in their public address is the disparity between how omnipresent and lucrative the animation industry is and how little the workers who create the product see of that success. According to NAFCA, it is almost expected for artists to accept living in poverty, surviving off support from fans, to work in Japanese animation, which they see as a broken structure for their industry. The issues raised by NAFCA are not dissimilar to those raised in other artistic sectors worldwide, like the complaints of low pay and overwork that fueled the ongoing WGA strikes in the United States. The organization concluded by stating that they not only hope to help those working in animation production, but address larger issues of unemployment inequality across Japan in cooperation with their nation's government. In addition to inhospitable working conditions, employees in the animation industry are now facing a new threat with the rise of AI, yada yada yada. We know about all that. Okay. So this is very cool and very interesting, and this is what we need. I'm very glad that this happened. I'm glad that we have people actually being like, we're just going to take matters into our own hands and form an organization to bully them until they give us what we need. Because like we've been talking about for months now with AI, this stuff is becoming extremely Scary. Oh, yeah, like I said, Jujutsu Kaisen trailer exceeds 30 million views in one day. What'd I say? I'm so cool. Anyways, we'll stop harping on that very sad piece of news. Okay, here's what I was talking about with Anime Expo. So the first Slam Dunk is going to screen at Anime Expo for the first time, and so that'll be its premiere on July 3rd at 12 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. And then the rest of us, does it say when we'll get to see it? Okay, no, it doesn't. I'm assuming it'll probably be sometime in Japan. Yeah, I'm assuming so. The other two movies were at some point in Japan. Yeah, all it says is this summer. So that's all there is there. But that, yeah, just to show I'm not an idiot when I said that something was playing at Anime Expo. Okay. Then they had what else is going on here? That was really like the major news of the week. I'm just trying to see if there's any other major stories before we go on to the anime audience ratings for this week. Oh. Sad news. My favorite manga, Girlfriend, has officially ended. The Girlfriend manga by Hiroyuki has officially ended in chapter 144. The final chapter was published in Kodansha's weekly Shonen magazine, issue number 25, 2023, which came out on May 24th in Japan. The final chapter of Girlfriend will be completed in the final 16th volume that will be out on July 14th this year. The final volume will be available as a special edition that will feature all the past... I don't care. I've lost the will to live. I've lost the will to finish this show. What the heck? 1 second. Oh, man. My favorite manga. Gone. Like that. Just like that. I'm on chapter 90, it looks like. Or 91 out of 144. So what is that? You add that up. That's probably about a good 2-hour reading session. If I read slowly, probably. But if I read fast, I can probably do that in like an hour. No. What am I talking about? No, it takes me... That's probably 2 hours. Yeah. I was right the first time. 4 hours would have been way too long. But that's probably 2 hours with how fast I read. Okay. So at least I'll be able to binge it all, but I'll be sad that I will not be able to look forward to new girlfriend stories. Wow. What a sad day. Man, that ruined like my whole thing. Okay, I need happier news. Okay, here we go. This is good news. Horimiya manga to release volume 17 in July will include 4 new chapters. The Horimiya manga by Daisuke Hagiwara will be releasing volume 17 on July 18th, which will feature 4 new chapters entitled A Piece of Memories. 3 of those will be chapters by Daisuke Hagiwara, not shown in the previous volumes, and they will also be serialized for 3 months in Multi-G Fantasy from the August issue. The 4th one will be an original chapter by the creator, Hiro. The volume will also include an extensively revised Hori's version of the final chapter, which was shown at Horimiya exhibition held in summer 2021. So that's cool. I wonder if they said a lot of these it's going to be a lot of chapters that no one had seen before, new chapters. I wonder if any of those are going to be animated in the Horimiya Peace anime coming later this year. That is going to be filling in more gaps that the anime left out, because if you don't remember, the original anime in 2021 took that entire manga of Horimiya, about this much, and then like crammed it down into like that much for the anime, and they left like a lot of stuff on the table that you could have used to fluff it out. I thought it ultimately worked out for the best because I loved Horimiya. It was one of my favorite shows that year, but a lot of people were really upset about it, and so now this means that we get more almost like one-off arcs, one-off episodes, and I'm assuming we'll get a bunch of mini stuff throughout the thing there. Okay, I think that's it for all these major stories. I don't see anything else really of consequence. I guess they released new figures. We can take a look at those. The weekly figure roundup. I don't really care about that. Ooh. 1/8 scale figure, Fairy Tale. Very cool. Ooh, yeah. That's pretty cool. 163. Not too shabby. Fowslander. Bro, can she even breathe in that? Okay. Wow. Fake rent. Maybe I should get into fake, guys. 500. Yeah, no, not getting into fate. What the heck? Are you kidding me? Oh, I guess this is a 1/4 scale, but still. That's stupid. Wow, there's a lot of cat girls this time. Ezra Lane. Wow. How much is this going for? What the heck? Yeah, I'm surprised. Or I'm not surprised. That's, look at that. Wow. What else? Look at him. That's really cool. Wow, that is very detailed. They're selling this for only 52? Not too shabby. All right, I don't care anymore. No more figures. Okay, let's get into the ratings for this week. Also, I know no one cares because this is pre-recorded anyways, but me and my girlfriend went to go see The Little Mermaid today. And so I was very tired. No, I wasn't tired. What am I saying? I'll be honest. I forgot about the Otaku Experience, and I was about to drop her off, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, get out of my car!" And we had to separate and run away. But getting to the anime rankings of the week, we're gonna start things off here with there we go. With the anime trending rankings. And we're starting off things off with Oshinoko, which this was the episode, the Akane episode. Really fantastic episode. Then we have Skip and Loafer. Looks like, did everything go up one spot? Dang. Okay, so we had Skip and Loafer going up. Tengoku Daimakyo up one spot, Hell's Paradise up one spot, Demon Slayer up one spot, Insomniacs After School up one spot, My Love Story with Yamada-kun up 3 spots, so I Raeliana ended up at the Duke's Mansion up 1 spot, The Dangers of My Heart went down 1 spot, and Birdie Wing Golf Girls Season 2. So I guess maybe something plummeted that was here last week. That's not. Oh, Gundam. Oh, where's Gundam? Oh, Gundam's out of the top 10 this week. Wow. That's crazy. Heading on over to the Anime Corner ranking, though. We got Oshinoko at the same episode at the top. Hell's Paradise. And that got 9.67% of the vote. Hell's Paradise went up 2 spots to rank number 2 and got 7.48% of the vote. Demon Slayer went down 1 spot to number 3 and got 5.46% of the vote. Loving Yamada-kun at level 999 went down 1 spot to number 4 and got 5.34% of the vote. The Dangers in My Heart went up 3 spots from rank 8 to number 5 and got 4.59% of the vote. Vinland Saga Season 2 went down 1 spot from rank 5 to number 6 and got 4.26% of the vote. Tengoku Daimakyo went up 3 spots from rank 10 to number 7. It got 3.9% of the vote. The Insomniacs After School went up 1 spot from rank 9 to rank 8, got 3.87% of the vote. Mastral Magic and Muscles went up 4 spots from rank 13 to number 9, got 3.44% of the vote. And Kubo Won't Let Me Be Invisible, back after its months of hiatus, pops right into the top 10 with its latest episode and got 3.29% of the vote. That's a very happy story, and that's awesome. And that is going to do it for this week of the Otaku Experience. I want to thank everybody for watching. I appreciate it. I love you guys. Thank you to Rob for giving me that little shout out on Christian Harloff's channel, as well as allowing me to do this show. And I'm having a great time doing it. And I look forward to seeing you guys all next week. You can check out some more shows on the Burn Network, including Lana Ewan's Burn Network reviews, Ladies of the PGS, K-Pasa PGS, the members only chats, Midnight Musings, Robservations, of course, Architects of Imagination. So much crap going on this channel. There's so much for you to watch, so much to be entertained. Every single aspect of everything is covered on this channel, and that's what we do here. So anyways, thanks guys so much for watching, and I will see all of you guys next week.